Greetings, my scattered sisters and brothers in the Lord. Trust you know the Lord is with you today, wherever you find yourself scattered, and that you know that his presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. Well, we enter into John chapter 20 today, and Jesus has been buried, and it's early Sunday morning now, and Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb and she discovers that the stone has been rolled away, and she has looked inside and the body of Jesus is not there. So she's disturbed. She runs to Peter. We don't know how far of a run it was, but she ran to Peter and the other disciples and told them that the stone has been rolled away and that somebody took the body and they don't know where they've placed him. Well, Peter and the beloved disciple, they began to head towards the tomb. They're running. Again, we don't know how far of a run it was, but the beloved disciple outruns Peter and he gets there first. And he looks inside the tomb. He doesn't enter in, but he looks inside the tomb and he sees that the body is missing and that there's just strips of grave clothes, linen laying there where the body would have been. Peter gets there and he actually enters into the tomb and sees everything, and that the grave clothes, and especially the cloth that had covered Jesus' face, that it was folded up and it was laying to the side. And then the beloved disciple actually enters into the tomb, and we read that he sees and believes. Now, the rest of them, they still didn't understand about the resurrection, but we do get that note that the beloved disciple saw and believed. So there's a few things that we want to think about with this passage today. First, the stone was rolled away, probably not so much that Jesus could get out, but so that the disciples could look in and enter in and actually see that the body of Jesus was no longer there. That's significant, that Jesus did not get a replacement body, but rather the body that was actually buried, that's the body that was resurrected. Important for us to pick up on, again, that the tomb is empty, the stone is rolled away, so that they could see that the tomb was empty, that Jesus' resurrection body wasn't a replacement body, wasn't a quote unquote new body, but it was actually that crucified body, that buried body that have been resurrected. Death gets nothing. That even the body that was claimed by death is reclaimed by God for resurrection. Second thing, the grave clothes. They're folded up, they're laid to the side. And why? Well, Jesus is never going to need those again. His resurrection is permanent. And so those grave clothes become irrelevant, lay them to the side, not going to use them again. Again, this is not a resuscitation where Jesus will die again. This is a unique resurrection, the resurrection of the end now actually happening to Jesus, firstborn from among the dead. Third thing, the beloved disciple. He saw and believed. Don't know exactly what was different about him from the others, but he's also the one who was at the cross, and he's the one who was close to Jesus at the supper. It seems that it's significant that the beloved disciple has this really close relationship with Jesus, and so that when they're all presented with the same evidence, the empty tomb, he's the one who actually sees and believes. Eventually, they're all going to believe in the resurrection, but he sees and believes first. Could it be that he sees and believes in the resurrection of Jesus because he was the one who was closest to Jesus all along? I think there's got to be something there. Now, one last thing. Sometimes we have a hard time believing in the resurrection. Sometimes we have a hard time maintaining hope, the hope of resurrection. And it really does seem like death is somehow going to win. It seems like there's kind of a hopelessness about it. Well, could it be that the key to maintaining hope in the resurrection is to be close to Jesus. That when we're closest to Jesus, when we are following Jesus completely, when we're most surrendered to Jesus, that's when we're able to actually have the most hope, even when it seems that death is the reality. And so it's a kind of a fresh challenge this morning to stay close to Jesus at his cross, just like the beloved disciple, because when we're close to Jesus, that's when we're able to have an experience to kind of see the hope of resurrection. So, wherever you find yourself scattered today, my prayer is that you will know the hope of resurrection. And in order to know that hope, I think we have to embrace Jesus at the cross, that we have to live surrendered to Jesus and have a close relationship with Jesus. And as that relationship is close, then we will indeed have the hope of resurrection. God bless. Have a great day, and see and believe.